we've all been.
How in the fuck did you get into bear hunting?
Well,
and get folks so soaked up in this shit.
A good friend of mine, Jason, and he got into it about 10 years, 11 years ago now, actually. And we started going. He got some dogs, and I had some dogs that I coon hunted with, but I really wasn't. I'd tree bear before, but just pop-up bear when I coon hunting. Jason and me drove down to Wistful, Virginia one weekend and picked up a couple dogs. We started hunting. That was in December 2014. 2014. It seems like it was yesterday, so 10 years ago. I've seen a lot happen since then. You know, Jason, he's gone. You know, a lot of people's come and gone in our little group.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, that's a big money thing too.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't easy.
It ain't cheap.
No.
I mean, you look at the camp here I built. This is what this is built for.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking nice, too.
It's built for camp, and you know, we always dreamed, me and my friends, we always dreamed of
setting up like
this. We would rough it out. We'd run it, blah 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 blah, generators all night and aggravating, and then there was probably 13, 14 of us on a slow week of early season, and this year we're looking like it's going to be like 4 of us, you know, and we're set up here, and people's life changes, people has kids, people has quits, you know, things happen, and now look at it. I done drug you in this mess.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't see how people just quit, because could you just quit?
I can't just quit.
It'd be like losing an arm. I mean, you know.
Me and Bobby Ray here would be bored if we just quit. Our little camp guard dog. But I tell you, it's expensive habit. You know, well, not really a habit. I guess it's like a habit because it's not really.
It's addiction.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle addiction.
Some people, you know, man, bow hunts. He just puts his bow up for the year. He's done. You know, then you got a dog hunter like myself. We take care of them year round. You know, and you know how I met you. You know, I work for a good bit out of town and travel all over, you know, the country working. And you know, thankful I have a very nice woman at home that helps take care of them. My little girl that is ate up with just as much as
oh yeah, I can tell.
Y'all get to meet her.
She's going with us in the morning.
Yeah, you'll get to meet her tomorrow for sure. I tell you, there's no way out of it for me anytime soon.
Oh, no, you done got the whole family involved. It's a clan, you call.
And like I said, I done drug you into it. I met you through work, you know, and I told you, man, you was going to mess up. I told you, I said, you're going to get involved in this. Yeah. You're going to fall in love with it.
Last week, come to video you. Hey, I'm done.
And here we are at 12 o'clock on our only night off. 12 o'clock at night, we're going to still get up at 5:30 in the morning. We're going to drive 8 miles from my house, where the dogs are.
After working in the rain 3 days during a hurricane. Yeah.
Wow. I said the only day we got to rest, instead of resting, we're up. We've been watching Alabama football.
Yeah, roll tide. That's what 3 of the guys at work said. Steve said, "You mean to tell me you've been out in the yard for 3 days, rich and raised as hell about being soggy, and then you're going to go hunt with John?" I said, "I'm hooked, for free. Dude. I'm hooked.
Tomorrow's for free. Probably cost money. You know,
That's going to cost money.
But we're going to load all them dogs up at 5:30 more, only day off, and we're going to hunt. And we'll see what we come up with, and hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll see another bear. We had a really good weekend last weekend. Be some footage added to this little video here from last weekend too, I'm sure. We'll just have to see how tomorrow goes, Kevin.
Well, yeah, and you got a reputation to uphold because I've done some backgrounding on you before I decided to come up here. And legends, what I call you is because everybody says, look, JohnBoy is a bear hunter. I'm talking straight up.
That's all hearsay.
No, it ain't hearsay. It's a bunch of you good buddies that say it. So,
speaking of buddies, we'll be missing our buddy from last weekend, Cal. He's
Cal?
not hunting tomorrow.
Why?
You're gonna meet his brother Bobby though.
Oh, Bobby gonna pick on me like as much as Cal did?
Nah, probably not. Cal's a picker.
I had fun with Cal. Cal got pissed on for that though.
He did get pissed on.
He got pissed shit on. I caught him on camera sniffing it a few times.
You gotta see when we zoom that baby right in on the cow. got him.
I believe he's addicted to the smell a little bit. I mean,
He did smell kind of. He's like,
he sniffed it a few times.
it's hardly nothing.
So where we gonna go? I know you got a lot of land.
We're gonna go to a different area. We actually go in. We hunted the front side of our lease here last weekend. We're gonna circle around and meet up with Bobby and them. They're camping on a place called McDunn. I think an old timer, maybe Pete Odell might be going with us tomorrow.
Okay.
He's 80,
still in the woods.
84 years old and
Whoa.
still has his own dogs.
Wow.
Man, he might be 86.
You gotta be kidding me.
You'll meet him tomorrow. He's a fine man. But we're gonna go in on the backside of our lease.
He's bear blood for life.
For life. He'll probably
Yeah.
die in the bear woods.
Yeah. That's something else. Well, I know you definitely do it different up here than we do down south, deep south, but it's a game changer for me. The lay of the land is crazy. How much land you got leased?
Oh man, I think altogether between the leases I joined and the lease that I'm over, then I have real good friends of mine from Pennsylvania. They let us bear hunt theirs. This is my group. It's me and Cal's group. One was allowed in there, and that's probably another 8,000. I think altogether we hunt around 30,000 acres. We had locked up, and we generally take people, kids. We love when kids, people that's never been, stuff like that, and it's such a rush to watch 8 or 10-year-old kid never seen a bear tree, but. Like last week, you scared to death when the whole bear was coming down the tree, he was about to run.
No idea.
I said, watch out, Kev, here
There
he
it
comes.
goes.
They really going to come out of that tree.
That was a rush, though, like nothing else I ever seen because I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. Dogs love to run bear, but I believe the bear love to run dogs, too,
Yeah, I think sometimes they like to wrestle,
Yeah.
Nah, it was a good week last week. I mean, why not? We may see it. We should see
treed
a bear.
3 bears. It was 3 bears.
No, we treed 2 bears.
Oh, treed 2.
We're going to come out and treed the second time.
Okay, so treated twice.
Then we seen the little cub cross the road, like a rocket, which we wasn't chasing him.
Pretty much.
We didn't turn loose on him either. We could have. I mean, we could have caught 3 bears.
Oh,
if
yeah,
we
one of them
wanted
got
to turn
across the
loose
road.
on a little 40-pounder.
Yeah.
That's just not what we're after,
It
We
was
want to
just,
put one of those big ones in a bind. I say all the time, let's go put one in a bind. I like when they get around there and they try to walk a little bit, and old dogs are working them and making them nervous. They climb a tree, like I'd say 95% of the time, or probably 98% of the time when you go in the woods bear hunting, nothing ever even gets the slightest scratch on them. You do have your bad days, dogs, they hurt themselves, just like human athletes, they get hurt. But it's a rush. It's a good time. I enjoy it. I'll do it till the day I die, I'm sure. Or the day I can't do it. I've had a couple major setbacks in the last 10 years, too. I had pretty major back surgery.
Yeah, just healing off back surgery.
Fell again back in May and broke again. So my dogs was only hunted 6 times all year this year.
Well, you completely healed up. I mean, I need to know if we get down there, if I got to bring a stretcher with us or what. I mean, my last week looked like you're doing pretty good.
I took a spill one time, and I called them, all my friends with a big group we had. They done left with the Dairy Queen, and I called them. I took a pretty bad spill dragging this big 370-pound bear, and the lead strap broke. When the lead strap broke, I fell over the hill, and I probably fell 25 feet, like, not height-wise, but 25 feet over the hill and landed up against the log. Old guy, they hunted with me and Jason all the time, named George, was like, John, you all right? And I looked at him and said, nope, I ain't all right, George. But I ended up being all right, but I had to call all the reinforcements back. They make jokes about it. So I need a health net. They stretch the story.
Oh, yeah, you got to stretch a little bit. You got to add something a little to it.
But they do brag. They may not brag about me being a bear hunter, but they brag about my driving skills.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I think you heard them bragging about it.
Yeah, well, I see them get out of your way when you're coming through. Another question I was going to ask you last week. So I knew you said you worked in the mines. That's pretty much. And you grew up in this part of the country, but this is a big part of the country. I mean, it's big country. Did you get some of your know-how on where the lay of the land is? Because guys kept coming to you with the garments, saying, hey, this is it. Did you work in the mines local here? Is it right here?
No, I worked underground coal mine. They didn't
Okay.
really have none, but on the Garmin, there's a lot. There's not much of all this land here that well, the main chunk of our land, the stuff over towards where Cowden's over with McDonough and all that. McDonough, I'm kind of over that side, but I don't even know much about it. Cowden's kind of the gurus over there. But there's not much on Paint Creek and Cabin Creek that I haven't had dogs go through in the last 10 years. I've treated a lot of bear. I'd say it's safe to say I've treated 1,500 in 10 years.
Yeah,
I'd say
yeah.
At least.
Well, me coming from Tennessee, North Alabama, Tennessee, it's just, and never seeing a bear. The only bear I've ever seen is Kate's Cove. That was it. I mean, that was just it. And I mean, that's a national park. I heard there's a lot of bear there. I live in the country that's little more rural than this, a lot less population, and we never see bears such and such. Does people around here see bear if they don't bear hunt?
When I was a kid, there was a lot more. There was not many seasons. There wasn't a whole place supposed to been a bunch of bear. Well, they got overpopulated, and I remember the first year that they had a bear season was in the 90s sometime. I wasn't very old, but I can remember. There was people from everywhere brought their campers here and dogs. And they just overran our area. This was all open land back then. Land companies, the coal companies owned it, and you could just hunt it as you wanted to. Everybody went everywhere, and then leases come about and slowed it down. But they brought them dogs there, and the population got under control. I mean, we still do have a lot of bear, but they're an elusive creature. You get a lot of pictures.
That's
on
what
their
I
cell
was
phone.
wondering.
Corn, everybody deer hunts. So anybody puts corn out for deer, which probably 80% of people hunts over corn with deer, or at least puts cameras out, they're going to have a lot of bear. And they claim they got 6, 7 different bear on camera. A lot of times it's the same bear.
Right.
Or the same couple bears that's just making their rounds. But you do see them sometimes. Prime example, when we was hunting last weekend, we done turned loose on 2 separate bears and was headed towards the tree, and another one across the road from us, And I mean, I'm not saying you don't ever see them, but they're pretty elusive.
Yeah.
Pretty elusive.
Is there a certain time of season, like I know deer when they go in a chase phase, you start seeing more rut, stuff like that? Is it more like I know you said December is the prime time. That's when you take off a month of work and stuff. Is there a season where a bear comes into rut or estrus? I mean, is that?
Yeah, they actually breed in June and July.
Oh, June and July. Okay.
And a bear is a really special creature because the egg lays there, kind of dormant even after being, I guess, fertilized, and it don't, I guess, start developing until the bear is healthy enough to develop it. If it don't become healthy enough, never be any cubs.
Oh, really?
So generally in January, sometimes the sow actually will den up in December or the end of November. As soon as she's fatted up and eggs growing, she'll den up. So that's why we like to hunt in December, because you find a lot of boar bears that don't affect the population as much. But then in January they're born, and then they stay with their mom for 18 months. So not that June, but the following June, breed season, the mom will run the cubs off so she can be bred again, and starts over, And a lot of times here in West Virginia, you're starting to see a lot of bear move out into the farmland, Mason County, Jackson County, towards Ohio. A lot of them are, these juvenile bears that the sow's running off, and she'll run them plumb out of their area, so they're trying to find their own home turf, and they're starting to spread wide. I don't think we have quite as many bear here in this area as we did in the late 90s, early 90s, mid-90s, when the open season. But I think as the state in whole, I'd say there's probably more bear.
Really?
For sure.
Well, there's quite a bunch of country for the bear to be. There's no doubt. Well, I hate asking stupid questions. I'm new at it, but hey, I'm just eager to learn. I'm already ate up with it.
It's only going to get worse, I'd say.
Well, I mean, I know there's a lot of reasons for people who don't bear hunt, and one of them is safety reasons, the safety aspect, but I looked at it completely different. But they're elusive, like you said. I mean, they're
inhumane is probably the biggest thing you hear about people saying it's not fair, and it's the lazy man's way out. it's not the lazy man's way out. I mean, it's not. I mean, is there sometimes it looks like it's the easy way out? Yeah, but I mean, there's normal stands, steel hunters that would go out and get lucky, make it look easy.
Oh yeah.
For the most part, I think it's way more demanding than any kind of hunting. Short of going out west and packing and doing the same thing all off foot with dogs and chasing dogs around the mountains out west with no ATVs or trucks,
right.
or how we move around here. I mean, just imagine you could probably do that on foot. It could be more demanding, but.
Well, I know you see when you're Cage Cove, you see, and I was going to bring this up. You see, it says, "Do not feed the bear. Stay away from the bear." Well, I know a lot of local people up here says that they have bears that comes on their porch and whatever, and gets in their trash, right? So, you don't want that. I mean, you definitely don't want that.
No,
so these dogs deter bear away from your house. And that's a good thing to keep them in the woods because the park rangers claim, hey, bear's dangerous. You need to stay away from the bear. So, if anything, these dogs keep them in the woods.
Well, it makes them scared.
Scared.
They associate this dog to the human.
Right.
And you tree them and run them off. I've had many people call and have me run them off. I've ran them out of the dumpster down here for the travel plaza for years. Steve Shanklin's the guy over the turnpike here. The Courage Patrol, he'll tell me they're up there in the dumpster, come run them off.
Yeah, he don't want them there.
No, because they make a mess.
Right.
And
people are scared of them.
If the DNR comes in, they set a trap, and they used to relocate them, but now they don't.
Yeah,
DNR catches one now, they euthanize them and take them to landfill, and we don't want to see nothing go
No. I mean, it's a safety factor there, so, I mean, I seen that post, and I was just going to ask you, I thought, well, hey, it's a good thing. I mean, they didn't associate humans to dogs. Dogs barking. But man, I tell you what, I like it. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for bringing me in. I mean, hey, I feel special.
Yeah, speaking of dogs barking, they'll be barking ready to go hunting pretty soon.
All right,
it's getting pretty late.
So who are we taking? Who are we taking out?
We'll take the whole pack tomorrow. We'll have to do a full video introduction to the pack tomorrow for sure.
We'll do that. You got some nice kennels too.
Yeah, I've got some nice kennels. That's another big thing about the lazy man.
That's state of the art kennels.
Well, I don't know about state of the art yet, but it's set up to be.
You got them cooled, you got them fed, you got them watered. I mean, they're climate controlled. They out of the rain.
They got the fans. They're out. I mean, they're definitely not out.
My dog don't have it like that. He's lucky to get the carport.
Look at old Bobby Ray here. He's got the whole little thing laying around here. He just old straight showed up here. He protects the camp. He's a camp dog.
So, what's your camp's name?
Just Bear Camp.
Just Bear Camp. Liking the Bear Camp.
Just Bear Camp. Me and Crystal, my wife, has put a lot of work in this place. And she's got her precious swing over there. You can't really see it. But that's her pride and joy of all.
Yeah, she sits in a lot. She takes care of you, though. She's tacos first weekend, hamburgers.
She feeds us well.
Yeah.
She was here with hamburgers when we got here today after working and driving all the way back. And she makes it a lot easier for me, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate you letting me tag along. I made up with the cameras and making content and all this stuff, but what I want to do is I want me and you to come up with an episode and make a season out of this. I'm an Alabama boy. I'm in Tennessee now. I'm close enough to make it back up here when you take off for bear hunting this month. Fortunately, financially, I can afford to take off a month and see if we can make some content and show some of these people on YouTube.
Well, that would be pretty cool, I think. I think it would be a pretty cool thing. And,
if I can't keep up, just tell me I can't keep up and I'm going to get better.
Well, you better lace your shoes up.
Hey, well, I'll wear something size Hey Dudes like I did on the first trip. I brought my boots.
Well, see, that's just it. We don't wear Hey Dudes, we wear Crocs. Isn't that right, Mason Smith? Mason Smith, shout out to Mason Smith, the Crocs to the Bear Tree.
Oh.
We have many. You'll meet Mason. He still loves hunt. He lives in Virginia. He's a really good dude.
Well, I'm definitely interested in meeting an 84-year-old man. I just...
Yeah, Pete was supposed to go tomorrow. Bobby messaged and asked if I cared if he tagged along. I said, I got no problem at all for Pete Odell to tag along. He's a top-notch man. has forgot more about bear hunting than JohnBoy the legend has ever known.
I just call it how I see it.
Don't listen to everything you hear. It's probably a lie.
All right, well, 5:30 comes early.
All right, buddy. We'll try again in the morning.
Appreciate it, John Boy.
All right.